Hi guys, this is Jan from orJANics 50nRaw. Just getting ready to go to bed. I just got out of my sauna at the house. I'm a little sweaty. I make this serum for my face. It's 6 different oils. So if my skin looks a little orange, it's because I use carrot seed oil. Leaves a little orange glow on my face. But today on my YouTube channel, Cindy Lou, hi Cindy, she emailed me. She actually didn't leave a post, but she emailed me and she said, Jan, what do you eat in a day and how do you eat it? And I can totally relate to wanting to not really understanding how to make the raw food diet work. Not really understanding how to put it all together. And so I emailed her back. I told her what my plans were for the day. But now that the day's over, I want to tell you guys exactly what I ate today. So might make it a little easier to kind of understand how it works. I got up at 7 in the morning. I get up at 7 and I make the smoothies for our studio. And I didn't eat anything. At 8 o'clock, my little baby gets up, my 9-year-old, and he wants to snuggle upper me. So he always cons me into going back to bed to hug him, and then I always end up falling back asleep. And I tell him, I'm not going to fall asleep, I'm not going to fall asleep, and I always end up falling asleep. So I'll stay in bed from 8 to 9 or 9:30, and when I get up, I'll kind of putter around, put a load of laundry in, read my Bible, have a little prayer time, kind of look at the dishes, kind of clean up a little bit, and then by then it's probably 10:30. And so what I like to start my day off with is my 1 quart of purified water with a lemon or 2 or lime squeezed into it, a heaping teaspoon of barley max, and a teaspoon of Soleil, which is Himalayan salt brine for the minerals. And then I use my little hand blender, blend that all up, and then I drink that. And that's how I like to start my day. Do I do it 100% of the time? It is my goal 100% of the time. But there are days that I miss, days that Jade will come in and say, Mom, you gotta take me to school right now. Okay, I gotta get up and run out the door, and you know, and then I don't have time to make it, and I stop at H-E-B to the grocery store to get something, and I end up eating a banana, and you know, so it doesn't work 100% of the time, but that's my goal. So this morning I had that, and that was about 10:30 or 11, and then the boys and I went to Sam's because I'm working on my garden, and I wanted to get some weed barrier, and so we were in Sam's, and they had these big trays of raspberries, and so I got 2 trays, and while we're going around Sam's, I ate a whole tray of raspberries, which is about 1 quart, and I did pay for them. But I frequently do that. I'll go to the grocery store and I'll get a tray of raspberries or tray of blueberries, and I'll just kind of eat them while I'm going through the store, but I always pay for them. And so I ate about 1 quart of raspberries. And then we got back to the house, and I was in my garden a little bit. I was at Lowe's. I was looking for some pesticide because I have snails and slugs, and the lady told me mix some Dawn dish soap and some water. And so I did that. I have a little bit of neem oil from my skin, my oils that I like to try and make skin products, you know. And so I had some neem oil put in there. Sprayed my garden. Came in the house and it was 1 o'clock, and I have to leave at 5 to 2 to get to the studio. So I made the banana celery smoothie, which I made a video of, and I drank about 1.5 quart of that. Got to the studio, and that filled me up for probably 2 hours. And then I was eating. I made a Brazil nut video. And after I made that video, I ate 3 of my little muffins, my little raw vegan muffins, and my 2 Brazil nuts, and a little tiny bit of coconut chocolate dehydrated snack. That I ate that around 4. Around 6:30 I had a wheatgrass shot with it was an ounce of ginger and an ounce of wheatgrass. Drank that. I came home and I was really hungry, so I got my studio closes at 8. I came home and I had 2 raw hamburgers, and they were like, if you've seen my raw hamburger video, I use iceberg lettuce for the bun. I had a huge beefsteak tomato I sliced with some nice sweet onion. I did use organic ketchup, organic mustard. I have some sauerkraut relish that I made. My hamburger, dehydrated hamburger patty that I made. And I ate 2 of those, like 2 big burgers, and that was really filling. And then I had a kombucha, some ginger lime kombucha I made. Oh, and the other thing that I had that I forgot to tell you was my Dare Dubonnaise energy drink that I drank at 4 o'clock with my little muffins. And so that's everything I've had today. It'd be interesting to put it in MyFitnessPal and see how many calories I actually ate and how much nutrition I got. It would be really hard with the muffins because I wouldn't precisely know how much walnuts or chia seed is in there, and I put blueberries and raisins and dates, and but that's what I ate, and that's pretty much. I've watched the raw fooders on YouTube, and they typically say that they drink their smoothies in the morning, they have fruit for snacks, and then nighttime they have their big salad with a little bit of fat. And that's kind of how they pattern their eating every day. And it just fits, it just works. And it has worked for me as well. So, you know, it takes, I've only been doing this 6 months, so I'll get better and better and better at it. But that's kind of how it works for me. I also wanted to comment on Diane. Diane left me a comment that she's wanting to get, she wanted to know how long I've been raw and am I 100% raw, and she's wanting to get back into raw. I guess from my understanding she was raw, kind of left it and is wanting to get back in it. So my goal is to be 100% raw, and so I hit between 95 and 100 because sometimes I'll eat a salad dressing that's not raw. It'll be an organic salad dressing. Maple syrup is not raw. Sometimes I just cheat. It's not a planned cheat. Like sometimes, especially if I'm not prepared, if I'm cooking, you know, I have children and I still have to cook cooked food. So if I'm cooking, you know, beans or rice or something, and I'm really hungry and I'm trying to feed them first, I might start with a lick of the spoon, and then a lick turns into a spoonful, and then a spoonful turns into more spoonfuls. And, you know, I mean, we all have those times, right? They're not very many, but it's just the reality of it, and I'm not going to cover it up. It's just part of the process of going more and more raw. So I have those times. Then I have planned cooked food days where I know on a certain day I'm going to eat cooked food, and I plan it, and that's what helps it work for me. Which, by the way, Cindy Lou, I'm proud of you that you figured out how to put more raw food into your diet. And this is really important, you guys, because I got an email from her and she said, Jan, today I'm going to go out and I'm going to eat some salmon and we have some vegetables, and then I'm going to eat raw like Tuesday and Wednesday, and by Thursday I'm going to go and eat another cooked food, and that's what's going to make it work for me right now. And I thought, you know, this girl, she gets it. For her, that's what she has to do to eat more raw food. She has to know in a couple days I'm going to go and I'm going to eat a cooked meal, and I can look forward to that. And in the meantime, I'm going to eat my raw food, and I'm going to try and figure out more about this raw vegan diet, and I'm just going to learn more. And while I'm learning, I'm looking forward to that cooked meal. And that was really great. I really was really so relieved to hear her say that. Because, you know, for me, what got me through the first few months of eating raw after my 50th birthday was knowing that on Thanksgiving, I was going to eat a Thanksgiving meal. And then And then what got me through the next month eating raw was knowing at Christmas I was going to eat Christmas cooked food. And then I was going to eat a New Year's Eve cooked food. And that, looking forward to those cooked meals, knowing they were coming, really got me through. So that's what I say. Figure out how to make it work for you. Don't get hung up on the 100% raw. And don't be a 100% raw policeman or policewoman, and you know, it just really brings you down. It's such a downer. It just can be so discouraging and makes you just want to give up, you know. But no, you gotta get past those policemen that are watching. Oh, you're eating raw? Well, is that raw? That organic salad dressing? You know, no, it's not. And okay, I guess, you know, you can let it bring you down, or you can just kind of in your head go, you know what, they really don't understand, they really don't get it, and that's okay. I understand they don't get it, and just move on, you know, be lighthearted about it. So I think I'm kind of babbling now. It's 11:30. It's time for me to go to bed. My kids are, one of them's asleep, one of them's fighting zombies, one of them's in the shower. It's time for me to go to bed, and them too. Good night.